Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We are excited to present our research on the utilization and effectiveness of NAIT wellness services, with a specific focus on the dental and denture clinic among international students. Our research aimed to assess how aware international students are of the dental and denture clinic services provided by NAIT, how frequently these services are utilized, and what barriers exist that might prevent students from taking advantage of them. We found that while many students are aware of the services, utilization remains low due to barriers such as lack of information and financial constraints. This study identifies underutilization of the clinic as a major issue and aims to recommend strategies to improve communication and access. The problem we identified is that while NAIT offers wellness services, many students do not effectively utilize the dental and denture clinic services because of insufficient information about the program. The main objective of our study was to understand the reasons behind the underutilization of the dental and denture clinic services and to provide actionable recommendations for improving awareness and accessibility. By identifying the key factors influencing service utilization, we aim to help NAIT better support its international students. Specifically, we sought to evaluate the extent of awareness and knowledge among NAIT students regarding these services, identify the key information gaps and barriers that prevent effective utilization, and develop recommendations for communication and outreach strategies that could enhance the visibility and usage of the dental and denture clinic.
Thank you, Ate Aileen. I'll now take you through the methodology of our research. We designed an online survey that includes multiple choice questions, Likert scales, and open ended questions. The survey questions were directly aligned with our research objectives, focusing on the students' awareness, utilization, and effectiveness of dental and denture clinic. To ensure logical flow and minimize respondents' fatigue, questions were sequenced carefully. Our survey was designed to be completed within 10 to 15 minutes, with efforts made to avoid leading questions and bias. Our target population consisted of international students currently enrolled at NAIT. We aim for a sample size of at least 200 respondents to ensure our findings were statistically significant. We use the convenience sampling to reach our target audience through NEET student contact lists and online platforms. Validity and reliability were maintained through careful survey design and pretesting. We conducted 2 rounds of pre-testing with 10 students each to identify any issues in the survey design. The feedback we received allowed us to refine the survey, ensuring clarity and minimizing technical issues before the final rollout. Data collection took place over 2 weeks in June 2024. We used Google Forms to administer the survey, which allowed us to effectively gather and track responses. The majority of respondents completed the survey within 10 to 15 minutes, ensuring high participation rates.
Thank you, Jasmine. Now, it's time to present our findings from 200 students. Among them, 72% are international students currently enrolled, while 26% are not, and 2% choose not to answer. This strong representation of international students ensures our study accurately reflects the experiences of those using NAIT's dental services, making our findings both relevant and valuable. Only 11% have used NAIT's dental services. A significant 87% have never taken advantage of these services, while 2% did not respond. These findings highlight a potential gap in communication and outreach, suggesting the need for stronger efforts to raise awareness and encourage students to utilize the dental services available to them. For the level of awareness, 44% revealed that they were not aware at all of NATE's dental services. Only 9% felt very or extremely aware, while others fell somewhere in between. These findings show a concerning gap in awareness. Nearly half of the students unaware of the services available. For the frequency of utilization among 213 students surveyed, a striking 89% reported they have never used the NAIT's dental services. Only a small percentage visit once a year and less than 1% more frequently. These findings reinforce the low awareness and usage rates we've seen, highlighting a clear need for targeted efforts to encourage more frequent use of these services. Succeeding findings will be presented by Eileen.
Thank you, Nerissa. For the source of information, our survey of 213 students revealed how they first learned about NAIT's dental and denture clinic. The top sources were friends and peers, with 65 students mentioning this. Next is 49 students found out through the NAIT website. Other channels like orientation, flyers, and emails had smaller impacts. Notably, 5 students had never heard of the clinic, highlighting a need for better outreach. These findings emphasizes the importance of using multiple communication methods and peer influence to boost awareness among international students. 183 have used the denture services at NAIT's Dental and Denture Clinic, making it the most popular service. Out of 213 respondents, 117 students cited a lack of information as the main barrier, preventing them from using NAIT's dental and denture clinic services, making it the most significant issue. Financial constraints were the second most common barrier, affecting 18 students. Other factors such as time, distance, and alternative dental insurance were less common but still relevant. The findings highlight the need for better communication and outreach to increase awareness, as well as considering financial support options to make the services more accessible to international students. 56 of them indicated that the most effective way to encourage international students to use NAIT's dental and denture clinic services would be a combination of including dental services in orientation, creating dental care packages, providing detailed information, and placing materials at key campus locations. We found some interesting preferences for communication. 115 students prefer receiving updates via email, making it the most popular choice.
Thank you, Lynn. I will continue to walk you through to the key findings of our survey. So our survey on average annual spending for dental services revealed diverse financial commitments among students. Out of 213 respondents, 27.23% spent over $100 annually, indicating higher dental needs or better financial capability. Meanwhile, 23.47% chose not to disclose their spending, possibly due to privacy concerns. A significant portion, 14.06%, spent less than $40 annually, which may reflect either minimal care needs or access to affordable services. These findings highlight disparities in dental care utilization, suggesting the need for targeted outreach to improve access and awareness among students. Building on the topic of financial commitment, we then explored how much students are willing to spend on dental services. Our survey asked students about the maximum amount they are willing to spend annually on dental services. Out of 213 respondents, 23.94% are willing to spend over $80, while 19.25% are limited to $40 to $49.99, and 18.78% would spend between $50 to $79.99. Interestingly, 20.66% preferred not to disclose their limit, which could indicate uncertainty or discomfort with sharing financial details. These findings underline the importance of making dental care more affordable and encouraging greater investment in oral health among students. Next, we wanted to gauge the level of satisfaction and willingness to recommend a dental and denture clinic to others, which ties directly into students' spending and experience. Our survey evaluated how likely students are to recommend NAIT's dental and denture clinic to other international students. Out of 213 respondents, 30.05% showed moderate likelihood, while 23.03% were not likely to recommend the clinic, indicating some dissatisfaction. On the other hand, 17.82% were extremely likely to recommend the services, reflecting high satisfaction among this group. These mixed results suggest that while some students are pleased, there are areas for improvement to better meet the needs and expectations of all students and enhance clinic's reputation. Understanding the demographic characteristics of our respondents, such as age, can provide deeper insights to these recommendations. Gender is another important factor to consider as it can greatly influence health seeking behavior and service utilization. These insights emphasize the need for affordable dental care options that cater to the financial realities of most students. Our survey found that the vast majority of our respondents, 83.57%, are enrolled in the J.R. Shaw's School of Business. This significant representation suggests that business students are the primary users or potential users of the dental and denture clinic services.
Thank you, Marty. We will now move to data analysis and interpretation based on our objectives. Our survey revealed a significant gap in awareness among international students about NAIT's dental and denture clinic. The majority, 93 students, are not aware at all, marking the highest category on the awareness scale. Only 20 students are very or extremely aware, indicating that just a small fraction of the population knows about these services. With awareness level concentrated at the lower end, there is a clear opportunity to increase awareness and, in return, boost service utilization. For our objective number two, only 23 students have used NAIT's dental and denture clinic, while a significant 185 have never utilized these services. This low utilization rate may be linked to low awareness level identified earlier. Many students may not be using the services simply because they're not aware or don't understand the benefits. The data highlights a clear need for targeted outreach to better inform and encourage students to take advantage of these valuable services. For objective number three, our insights revealed that the primary barrier to using NAIT's dental and denture clinic is the lack of information. A staggering 117 students cited this as their reason for not utilizing the services, reflecting the low awareness we've observed earlier. These factors contribute to the underutilization of the clinic among international students. To make sure that our findings and analysis are correct, we conducted a cross tabulation of awareness and frequency of usage. Our findings reveal a strong correlation between awareness and services utilization, as students who are more informed about NAIT's dental and denture services tend to use them more frequently. This suggests that a lack of information is a major barrier preventing access.
Thank you, ladies. Let me wrap up our presentation with the conclusions and recommendations from our study. Our study highlights a significant gap in awareness regarding the dental and denture clinic services among international students, leading to underutilization. The primary barriers identified were a lack of information and financial constraints. We recommend that NAIT implement more effective communication strategies, such as integrating service information into orientation sessions and using multiple channels like email and social media. Offering discounted dental care packages could alleviate financial concerns and encourages more students to use the services. Future research could explore the effectiveness of these recommendations once implemented and expand the study to include other wellness services at NAIP. A longitudinal study could track changes in awareness and utilization over time. That concludes our presentation, and we appreciate your time for listening.